juri, hani, andi, kesantu. Hello, my name is Andy. How are you? Let's talk about the Sona language.
Sona.
Sona is an a priori international auxiliary language. Its vocabulary is invented rather than borrowed, that builds every word by compounding a fixed inventory of 375 morphemes, the design usually called oligosynthetic. Searight took the meanings of his roots from the categories of Roget's original thesaurus, and drew phonetic and structural inspiration from well outside Europe, such as Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, and Persian, among others, which is unusual for a 1930s auxiliary language. It uses a 24-letter Latin alphabet arranged in fours, 6 vowels, 6 aspirates, and 12 consonants, and permits only 3-syllable shapes: vowel, consonant-vowel, and consonant-vowel N, with N the single consonant allowed to close a syllable. There are no diphthongs, no digraphs, and no Q or W. Word order is SVO, and every qualifier precedes what it qualifies. So Tara is a big man, while Rata is a giant. The copula is usually dropped, giving Raato for the man is old. There is no lexical stress at all. Searight said the accent falls evenly, rather as in French or Japanese. The name is itself a specimen of the grammar. So meaning with, help or combine, plus na meaning thing, gives a helping thing, an auxiliary thing. Modifier first, head last, exactly as in Tara and Rusu. Its echo of the English words sonorous is pure coincidence and carries no weight. The name was assembled out of 2 radicals rather than lifted from Latin sonus, as an a priori vocabulary requires. The parse is secure despite appearances, because na changes value by position. At the front of a compound, it means not or non, and only at the end does it become the vague marker of an inorganic noun. So Sona can only be read help thing, never non-help. And Sona is the sole native word ever written with a capital. Searight reserved capitals to mark words not built from the 360 radicals, so that lowercase radio can only be radio, while radio must be the international words, an exception he made exactly once, for the name of the language itself. Arthur Kenneth Searight was born in Kensington, London, educated at Charterhouse, and commissioned into the British Army in 1904, serving in India, where he befriended E.M. Forster, and later in Iraq and Egypt, traveling widely around the Mediterranean on leave. It was during these years abroad that he developed the interest in comparative linguistics that produced Sona. He retired to Rome in 1926, and in 1934, approached C.K. Ogden, the creator of Basic English and editor of the Psyche miniature series, who accepted the book and wrote an introduction for it. Sona, an auxiliary neutral language, appeared in 1935 from Kegan Paul, Trench, Trubner & Co., and remains the only published example of the language. Searight kept pairing the morpheme inventory afterwards, reportedly down to roughly 300 items, but no revised edition ever appeared, and he died at Folkestone in 1957, leaving no successor edition and no arbiter. The language has had almost no communal life since. There has never been so much as newsletter written in Sona. An online forum opened on Yahoo Groups in 2004, and as of 2013, nobody was known to have held a face-to-face conversation in it. It has no ISO 639-3 codes. Its IETF tag is art-x-sona. The inventory is 360 radicals plus 15 particles, and the 2 figures are why both 360 and 375 circulate. Neither is wrong. They just count different things. The structure is strictly regular. 12 consonants across 5 vowels gives 60 series, each with 5 assigned forms: the plain consonant vowel, the consonant vowel plus N, and the prefixed a, e, and u shapes, yielding 300s. 6 aspirates across 5 vowels give 30 more series, but these have only 2 forms each, yielding 60. That is 180 monosyllables and 180 disyllables, exactly matching Searight's own count. Crucially, only a, e, and u may prefix a radical, so his table also prints 180 further slots with no gloss at all. The O form of every consonant series plus all 4 prefixed forms of every aspirates, a full third of the printed grid, left reserved and empty. The 15 particles are a, an, e, en, I, in, o, on, u, un, wa, wi, we, wo, and ao. And 36 items across the whole sets are marked with an asterisk as indicators. 2 cautions worth carrying. Searight's own headnote tallies the parts of speech as 250 substantival, 35 particle, and 90 verbal, but the table as printed yields 245, 38, and 92, so his arithmetic does not reconcile. And the English glosses are hints towards building compounds, not dictionary equivalents. Ite, or tongue, means the tongue of a shoe. Ipo, coat, means a coat of paint. Ente, project, means to protrude. In the next part, let's listen to the beautiful sounds of their language. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Enyo adi, panjizinki loyo ge isoyo pohange uda. Tidoni ume ge udasen ge uedaisi pojinvi borane.
Numbers.
Enna, do, tin, cha, pen, sci, zun, atto, nun, dici, egno, doio, tigno, ciaio, pegno, scio, zugno, attuo, nugno, diciglio.
Greetings and phrases.
Juri, giuchiri, giuniri, giuniri, giuvan, kesantu, misan getu, mienato sei setari, hani tu, mihani, tuto impake, tu nekeli, mine, giuda agetu, tu sa che laba sona, ui, na, shan, tashan, na shandagno, mi abutu, mi same, mi nasame, mi vosi, ochu, fa, mini, minali, airese,
Vocabulary.
mi, tu, on, mie, tue, ti, in, un, igna, ugna, chegi, chena, cheia, cheri, cheu, na, pan, di, co, inu, enna, do, tin, cia, pen, ta, re, ata, aghi, pon, co, aco, ico, uco, zan, ra, gi, gico, gesan, gera, pazan, para, zu, sun, pi, shen, ipi, ipe, agaipe, dure, dureghi, bate, mo, uga, ite, kinga, dudun, velo, anive, ren, poga, bona, bo, adu, ulo, pigon, dun, zate, pin, mu, cadi, itega, gase, bute, gu, dinga, laga, teugu, pe, pega, pegun, te, ali, paga, ninga, cadicun, zaga, umo, umiga, benga, impa, impa, den, imo, guati, nompa, hufu, hu.
Ilu, se, use, sa, me, bu, fo, ine, zin, zinito, cio, ban, uke, ba, cio, di, de, già, den, upi, pi, peru, ari, cu, cun, uca, nu, ani, don, ten, ico, già, ben, ina, aru, caru, ati, ugo, gin, men, la, ula, lu, upi, suru, isuce, uta, hairo, vaniro, coniro, su, husu, rusu, mansu, tasu, iga, ge, cionge, cion, aga, uge, huvan, huma, hu, isusu, isuge, zovan, zo, zocion, zo, rua, akama, boro, ve, uroio, abe, van, van, diri, tori, coso, isu, pan, ino, ato, sha, ze, pun, pu, re, go, ica, naika, imu, suki, sube, ure, uli, uti, ure, anaure, a, min, so, ge, ken, dili, hani.
Sample text.
Kohuge hairo analabato, sia salai uasizi en eiraio, riti seto rutaci ciruci vali, ugoni po si tampona. Ti usito uagici enyo kabepo rutaci si tampona vaziamenia si en eiraio. Urien huhufu kito bisi panira, aueta en hufuto, eta rutaci agiu, ugosito po si tampona, geito en huusato da kabepoionen. Uri hairo irokito, gehinkori, en rutaci, zokani, bepoto si tampona. Inyo inkohuto uo iresa ua hairo to zieneiraio diendo.
The Wren.
Rankopi abiu imato si pigin min sinokan. Een endopagi topito fu, kito ciuto da intecina da impali si picoye, geto manto encoye ita unaio. Hinkori para rankopi iresi homali. Che fato igna, onla, che gi useto tue, okoye, tue pancafoni. Ha, para, tila, hetaio fogin ika arito. On seruto ta zuvio ge fovio, on taseto min mie pigin bisi taio gaseje. Unta ka foto mie, misa para rankopila, on ke li ruto. Ha, tila, on ruto anilipo un via. Man ha para rankopila, mi varuhinon. Nafo indri, okoye, mi vatenyon. Undri on pihinon. Rionaria engun, ranche uaci perunya. Au rankopina fo. On pikuna po ranche zaga gelazekion. Ke uda tu ima da ari limikan, onla, gedakafo mikoye. Ranche nanyen geire peru. Unka enkofongu da lazeone tazuviu. Tu ima na uda da zia unya, milatu. Geken tu iresi, onla, undri tu vase. Mina ziu ciuda en, onla, geito uaka enna disipeje. Au mi vato ude tu zaga bimi pe min enna kondri. Undri on irepi li si pidin. Inha, okoye, onla, mito donshaio kisana li ungi, on navairesi.
The Lord's Prayer.
O para mie, ci zia joma, da hani tu zi joyo, da ranyu matu ari, da chutu itani apo aga asi zia joma. Dom mie dirio pana indiri, ge von mie zeje, asi mie von zecie ana mie. Ge neka mie min aruda, aulo mie neze, inyu da enzi,